what does an entrepreneur need to do about it? What does any person need to do about it? There's 5 steps that, sorry, it looked like 4, but there's 5 steps that a person has to go through to get unbusy, as I call it. And the first is you have to decide. You have to decide that it's not worth it, that you can actually accomplish a lot more over the long haul if you do less in the short term. And it seems so counterintuitive, but you've really got to decide it's not worth it. The second step is you begin to deconstruct. You deconstruct some inhibiting beliefs that keep you trapped in busyness, some bad habits that keep you trapped in busyness, like saying yes to everything. And then you begin to deconstruct unwanted commitments. And I actually have an exercise that I take people through where they typically get back about 10 hours a week off of commitments that they've made that they don't really want. So you decide, you deconstruct, all these steps start with D. Third step is you design. You begin to design the life you want to live, but you design it around what I call the core 4. And the core 4 is relationships, recreation, which is doing things that you love to do for the sheer sake of doing them, rest, like sleep, naps, things like that, and then reflection. How do you look back so that you can look forward? And what most people do is they try to cram those 4 into the nooks and crannies of their lives, but they don't have any nooks or crannies. And so what I recommend that people do is they actually build rest, relationships, recreation, and reflection first into their schedule, and then design everything else around it. Then you, after you design, you develop, and that's where you actually implement what you've designed. And then the final step is you draw others in. And busyness can be, or unbusyness can be a lonely experience if you don't begin to draw on your family, draw on your friends, and draw on your coworkers and your team. So those are the 5 steps that a person has to go through. Of course, there's lots of little steps in the midst of that, but that's what a person needs to do in order to go from crazy busy to purposeful, productive, and peaceful.